Global Measurements Incorporated. This is the contract proposal for Toyota Motor Inc. The services we provide are measurement. Global Measurements excels in measuring the performance of employees in all industries. GM develops the average for the employees and finds the shortcomings of the underperformers. We also provide training after measuring. GM discovers the undertrained and underperformers and trains them to excel in the industry and in their culture. GM specializes in the measuring and training of employees for global corporations. GM is highly trained and skilled in many areas and cultures to distinguish between undertrained/underperformers or different cultures of the main company. The year-to-date results of our company: the average customer has seen an 11.125% increase in net profit. To the right, you can see our top 4 customers and the average net profit increase they have seen from using our services. The contract specifics is a 5-year contract deal with Toyota Motors Inc. We want to measure and train all employees at the 3 new distribution and manufacturing locations in India, Germany, and China. The contract specifics continued. GM will conduct measurements weekly at random on every employee. GM will determine the average speed and accuracy of the model employee. Training sessions will then be conducted on a weekly basis to increase the productivity of the underperformers. Measurements and training sessions will continue on a monthly basis after the initial inspection, measurement, and training during the grand opening. The action plan. Each country has different cultures and factors that have to be considered when measuring and training the employees. The average employee will be different in each country. The next several slides will explain these differences in more detail and show our expertise in both cultural knowledge and business factors that affect the production of key employees. India, 1.2 billion people, 7th largest country by area. The Indian economy is the 11th largest in the world, and it's also a newly industrialized country. The Toyota Motor Inc., the India branch, will have a new large manufacturing location and a new distribution warehouse. There is 300 employees in the manufacturing plant, 150 distribution employees, and a total of 80 management employees. The challenges that India presents are personal business transactions. What this means is they conduct business not on a transactional basis where it's a proposal and accept, but you have to gain their trust and loyalty before doing business. They also have a low degree of uncertainty. They like to avoid risk, and they usually work with lifelong friends. The formality of national culture means that managers must not become too familiar with the employees. Also, you need to understand past social norms that are now outlawed so they won't be repeated. And once again, relationships matter. The opportunities in India is that once accepted into the economy, you will have a great long-term future. This goes back to their low degree of uncertainty. So once you gain their trust and their loyalty, then they will accept you. Also, the low individualistic rating is an opportunity. This means that they are influenced by the in-group. So they choose the group over themselves. This is great in a big manufacturing company because if you can get them to think like a group, they will start doing what's best for themselves and the whole group, which will in turn help the company succeed. It also presents a cheaper labor force compared to the United States, and there is a high rating on the power index level. This means that they are used to the inequalities of power, and so the managers, regardless of who they are, have the power and they don't question it. The team model in India will be a hybrid team comprised of individuals from India and America. The individuals from India will be well connected and trustworthy. The individuals from America will be highly motivated and energetic since they will be having to overcome obstacles in a foreign culture. All the individuals on the team will test low on the individualistic rating to properly align with the workforce they are observing and training. Individuals will be highly trained in the Indian culture, and the entire team will speak fluent Hindi and English. The next location is China. It is 1.351 billion people. It's the second largest country by area, the fastest growing major economy, and Chinese is the official language. The China branch also is getting a large new manufacturing location as well as distribution warehouse. The percentages are similar, however, there are more total employees at the China branch. The challenges of China are similar to India. Business is transacted on a very personal level. Trust is crucial. Relationships are also very crucial. They also have a low degree of uncertainty. This can be seen by the many family-owned businesses and the small businesses prevalent in the Chinese culture. Entertainment is a key part of gaining new business, as well as Chinese business people are extremely long-term strategic thinkers. Where this becomes a challenge is when management cannot make a decision in a timely manner because they are thinking several decades into the future. The opportunities in China is the low individualistic rating. This means that they think for the group and about the group instead of themselves. Once again, if the management can really get them to think as a group and a team, they will start to do things that will be more productive for the company. They are also high on the power index level. They are used to the inequalities of power in the workplace and in the culture and nation. They score relatively high on the masculinity score, which shows that they are results oriented, they are competitive, and they are motivated for those things. The long-term orientation score is 118. That is really high. They think very long-term. This can also be an opportunity because it does allow them to make really strategic decisions for the company. Any decisions that need to be made in a timely manner should probably be handled by someone from a different culture. The team model will be similar to that of the India team. It will be a hybrid team comprised of Chinese and Americans. The Chinese individuals will need to be well-connected and trustworthy individuals. Americans will need to be highly motivated and energetic to overcome a lot of the barriers they will face. Team members will need to score high in long-term orientation to align with the workforce they are measuring and training. All the individuals on the team will test low on individualistic rating to properly align with the workforce they are observing. And individuals will need to be highly trained in China culture, as well as the entire team will speak fluent Chinese. The next location is Germany. It's comprised of 80.3 million people. It's the fourth largest economy, has a very high standard of living, and a very rich and diverse culture. The Germany branch is very similar to the China branch, has a larger group of employees and management than the India branch. The challenges faced in Germany are a low power distance index rating. This means they are more sensitive towards inequalities in power. Management and general measurements will need to use a participative communication style, and management will need to use a democratic style leadership. Work and personal lives are kept completely separate in Germany. Proper time for every activity. What this means is when people have to work late, the culture and the people view that that person did not plan their time appropriately, and that's why he's having to work late. There's also a very formal etiquette when getting to know someone, introducing others, and dinner. All of these will need to be looked at and make sure that they are not violated. The opportunities in Germany. There's a high individualistic rating. What this means is Germans are more focused on a parent-child relationship rather than a whole family. They are more focused towards I than we. So in the management setting, they can use more competitive, more goal-oriented, more individualistic structured management tactics. They have a relatively high masculinity score, which means they're more results-oriented and goal-driven. There is a high degree of uncertainty avoidance in Germany. What this means is there's high levels of planning. They like to have the details worked out. They have a low long-term orientation score. This means that time is linear, and once they come up with the game plan, they stick with it. Germans are considered masters of planning. They think things through, and then when they come up with a more efficient way of doing stuff, they stick with it. The team model for Germany will be a hybrid team comprised of individuals from Germany and America. The individuals from America will be highly motivated and energetic to overcome those barriers. Team members will score high in individualistic rating to align with the workforce they are measuring and training. We want to ensure that our team members are closely resemble the individuals in that culture. That way we can properly understand them, train them, and measure them. Team will be high in uncertainty avoidance index. Individuals will be highly trained in German culture. This is where the etiquette will really come into play. Entire team will speak fluent German and English, and the team will be low in the power distance index rating. That way we can properly communicate with the people in Germany without burning any bridges. In conclusion, General Measurements Incorporated can guarantee an increase in net profit by the measuring and training of the diverse Toyota workforce in India, China, and Germany. We will incorporate hybrid teams comprised of individuals from our headquarters who have each been trained for a specific country, and native people from those particular countries Toyota is moving into. This is a great deal for a 5-year measuring and training contract with General Measurements Incorporated. We are the top measuring and training country in the world, and we pride ourselves on our cultural awareness and training methods for each diverse country. We look forward to doing business with you.